For all your TCG needs, make sure to check out SeibaTCG.com. What's good, everybody? It's the Seiba094. A couple of days ago, I was wasting time scrolling on Twitter when I saw the announcement for a Yugioh GX remake. And I was pretty happy, I was pretty excited. Just seeing that out of nowhere. Because in my opinion, Yugioh GX anime, it's not the best. If you would force my hand to pick what the best Yu-Gi-Oh anime is, I would probably say it's 5Ds. And I say probably because all of the main Yu-Gi-Oh animes, at least up to the ones I watched. I watched Arc 5, I skipped Zexal, but out of the trilogy of GX, 5Ds, and the original Yu-Gi-Oh anime, they all have really amazing arcs, really great parts, and cool characters. But you know, the first one has a lot of filler, a lot of crap episodes, to be honest. Yu-Gi-Oh GX, the same idea, and 5Ds, it just has the more serious themes, best characters, I guess, and it just overall, I'd probably say it's the best one. But I've always had the thought that Yu-Gi-Oh GX had the best potential to be the best Yu-Gi-Oh series. Because of the high school setting, like the academy setting, there's so much stuff they could have done with that. Maybe make some proper romance, just have some more interesting dynamics, I guess. They didn't really take advantage of the high school setting. So I was really excited. I'm thinking, hey, maybe they're going to do something like this. If it's going to be a remake, maybe they're going to change some parts, remake it with the 5Ds approach. It would have been great. And I also thought it makes sense because even though I don't keep up with modern Yu-Gi-Oh because I hate it, I know that they're always giving support and introducing new cards for archetypes and GX archetypes too. We got new Destiny heroes, we get new Elemental heroes all the time. Recent sets, they had an emphasis on Yubel. That was a pretty big deal. So I was even going to be okay if they, implemented some of these new cards and just make a whole new story. Perhaps still keep a lot of the parts and a lot of the story aspects from the original Yu-Gi-Oh GX anime, but also freshen up the plot perhaps. I think that would have been the best thing to do. And then I saw a video from a YouTuber called Yu-Gi-Oh Everything. You probably know him. And he's saying that it's just going to be a remaster, like an aspect ratio remaster. They did this before the original Yu-Gi-Oh anime. I didn't even know that. I thought that wouldn't even make for an announcement. Like just to remaster and remake an old show in like a new aspect ratio just to make it HD. Dragon Ball Z has done that. Other shows have done that. That's not even anything special, but apparently that's what it is. So all the hype was for nothing. We're not 100% sure, but it's 95%, let's just say that. And it's just such a wasted opportunity, man. From so many angles. Like I've already explained the plot angle with the potential of Yu-Gi-Oh GX, what it always had, and it sort of got wasted in a lot of ways with all the plot holes the main story has. The other reason, I guess, a lot of old school anime have been getting remakes and they've been successful, so I don't know why Konami would hesitate. Ranma, Rurouni Kenshin, what else? Sailor Moon, just a couple of ones that I'm thinking of. Dragon Ball Z Kai, that's an older one, but it's another example. So why wouldn't they just do something like that and just waste time with this aspect ratio remake? That's it. Okay, you can do that if you want to, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything also explained there was a lot of issues when they did this for the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Show. Just stretching and not redrawing, just properly remaking the series and just stretching it to 1080 HD. It cuts off parts from the original show, so it's not even very professional. But quite the wasted opportunity, man. I don't really keep up with Yu-Gi-Oh! In general because when you hate the modern Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG, it's almost like everything else they do. I just sort of don't follow it anymore. So I don't know what's been going on with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Animes, but apparently there's not really any proper Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime ongoing. I think since like the Link era, Vrains, they haven't done another anime for like a new mechanic or something. We didn't get any other mechanic after Links. It's just these sort of reboot series like Rush. That one has an anime. I guess it'd be the main Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime now, and I think it's gonna end. But it would have been a perfect opportunity. You know, even if they did something like, I believe with Ranma and Kenshin, it's a completely new series from the start, but it's pretty much almost exactly the same as the original, but it just, you know, with the newer animation, modern technology, etc., it's gonna look better. Even if they did something like that with Yugioh GX, and it's exactly the same and just looks newer, it's still better than just stretching the original show and nothing else. You give the old school guys another reason to watch it again, and if they don't want to, it's fine. But then all the new kids get a chance to watch it. And maybe bring some new kids into Yu-Gi-Oh! I know it's a big problem for them. I suppose if they did this and it'd just be like all of the old mechanics and I guess the new kids watch it and then they come into modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's completely different. That would suck too. So I think the best thing would have been to actually make a proper new remake. Maybe implement some of the newer cards, like the new Yubels and like the new D-Heroes, just do something like that. Change up the story a little bit, give it a more mature approach like 5Ds. It would have been a home run. But I guess all Konami does is fuck up nowadays. I mean, even, you look at even the video game side of things, all they know to do is just remaking old shit up and nothing else. They absolutely refuse to make another new Castlevania, whether it's 3D, 2D, whatever. They just keep re-releasing compilations of the old games. They're gonna run out of doing that too, at this point. I mean, yeah, the DS Castlevania remakes, those were great. If I had a PS5, I'd play them again. And it was something that I was asking for. But they gotta do some new shit too, man. I really don't get it. I mean, they're just so afraid of just trying to do something. Everybody else is doing stuff. Like I've said, you know, new Ranma, Remake, Rurouni Kenshin, Sailor Moon. All of these are just old school animes making a comeback. What's that other one called? I forgot. Anyways, I'm sure you guys get the idea. There's a lot of anime remakes going on, and Yugioh GX could have been one of them too, and it would have been pretty cool if they did it right. I hope this information is wrong and it's actually going to be a proper remake, but now that I think about it from the screenshots I've seen, it did look like it was just the old school shit, and it didn't really look new. So too bad. Hopefully they do something like this in the future, like a proper remake of whatever, even 5Ds I'll take. And the benefit of doing something like that too is you can get like the old school guys in, you can sort of reel them in too. Like even maybe someone like me is not going to play the modern TCG regardless, but other people, you know, they might. You might just rule them in with like a new remake of an old school anime. You might get them back in the game. Instead of just creating a new shit from scratch, that might only appeal to like the newer kids maybe, if that. Alright, you guys can let me know what you think in the comments, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share the video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time with my usual Pokemon TCG stuff. Saber94, was a